Good morning, 819S. It's a chilly one. Not sure the exact temperature now, but it's definitely colder than it was yesterday. I'd say it's about 8-9 degrees. And it's going to be a nice day. Tomorrow's going to get up to 20 again, which is nice. I think it's 21 degrees in the forecast. But next week, the low temperature is going to get down to 0, so it's going to get cold. I've made a few videos about how to stay warm, so definitely if you're out riding, follow some of that advice or use whatever technique you have. If you have any other techniques, definitely leave them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And today I want to talk about something I talked about yesterday too, and that's crime. Yesterday police arrested some criminals who had stolen cars and were exporting the car parts in a shipping container. Today in the news there was a story about crime rising in Japan in general, especially car theft and home break-ins or home invasions. And there's a new word in Japanese called yamibaito. Yamibaito is basically a criminal part-time job or a part-time job where you commit crimes. And yamibaito has been on the rise since COVID started. Basically the idea is you go online looking for work, you're offered a job with maybe a pay rate that's too good to be true, but what you have to do is break into somebody's house to steal money and you keep a cut of it or something like that. You know, I'm not interested in that kind of work, obviously, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but yeah, a lot of younger people who are really hard up for money seem to be curious about that type of work. There was a lot of news about it last year and this summer. And yeah, it seems like in some prefectures, going back to car thefts, it seems like in some prefectures the number of stolen cars has gone up by about 30%. In other prefectures it's up about 50%. And I think if I read it correctly, I didn't have much time to read it this morning, but if I read it correctly, in some prefectures it's double or triple the rate of car thefts that they had in the past. So much so that people have been targeted multiple times. They've had their vehicles damaged but not actually stolen, costing them thousands of dollars in repairs. Setting up security cameras in their home to make sure that they have access to any data so they can show the police, so the criminals can hopefully be caught. But yeah, I don't think that from anecdotes, I don't think that you have anything to worry about, but I think rising crime statistics are always a little bit on the dangerous side. So always make sure you protect yourself the best you know how. I think as an American, that's kind of a default for me. Lock your doors, lock your windows. Don't leave yourself open and accessible to things. Don't leave your bag sitting around. But I think in Japan, that's the opposite. I think people just leave their bags sitting at Starbucks and then they go to the bathroom or go order something without their stuff protected. I think Americans don't usually think that way, typically. Alright, well that's it for today. If you'd like, the article's linked down below, so check it out. And get out there and ride. Tomorrow's going to be a really nice day, so if you can, definitely get out there and ride. And always ride safe.